A bunch of Microsoft Flight Simulator releases over the last 48 hours, and aerodynamics continue to blow me away with their progress on their KC10. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator news video. If you're new around here, I do these quite often to keep you up to date with the latest Microsoft Flight Simulator add-on and aircraft news. If you are new and you like this sort of content, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and put any questions or feedback down below. I'll read all the comments on this video. But now let's hop into the Microsoft Flight Simulator news. So kicking things off with aerodynamics, one of the main developers has sent me some beautiful pictures of the outside, which is of course featuring on the thumbnail. Now this is the external view of the pre-alpha work in progress KC10, which was of course made by McDonnell Douglas, and it was basically a military version of the free engine DC-10. As you can see, pretty symbolic. They use it as a tanker aircraft. You really can't miss it, and I mean the work aerodynamics have been doing on this aircraft is incredible. Look at the modelling on this and of course the beautiful textures. It's something that I'm really excited for. I mean, it just looks amazing, and those engines look perfect. You can see we've got the flaps down and the slats down as well in both the photos, and by the looks of it they've also placed it into the sim, and the gears also work. It's looking very nice. Now aside from the external view, we've also got a nice look from some parts in the cockpit. Now I believe this is looking from where a flight engineer would sit. And my goodness, doesn't it look amazing? I can't really work out what most of these are. I've got to be honest, I'm not experienced with the KC10 or DC-10. I mean, from what I can see, we're looking at packs and of course some engine controls and generators. It is something that looks fantastic. I don't know if it's working, I'm sure it is. There seems to be some sort of lighting system going on, so pretty well in depth with this. It's looking beautiful, I have to say. I'm really curious to see how they will integrate the flight engineer into this aircraft, because of course we don't actually have many older aircraft in the sims. This would kind of be the first freeware one, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they integrate flight engineer control and instruments into the sim. Will we have a new view over there? Well, I'm sure we'll wait and see. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think we'll see this. I've asked for a timescale. They said they're working at their own timescale and offer no dates, which is fair enough, but so far so good. As I said, this is one of the most promising aircraft for the sim. And of course it's freeware. Their Discord link is down below. Let's move over to all of the releases now. So starting off, something that caught my eye, and I'm not too sure how I feel about this, is orbx releasing their New Zealand mesh. Now, mesh is quite an old thing. I remember it on Flight Simulator X and X-Plane 11. Kind of brings up the quality of the ground textures with high resolution data. But of course that was Microsoft Flight Simulator's selling point. So is it really needed? Well, according to orbx, yes. Now I have downloaded this ready for a review, and I can confirm from my opinion it's nice for VFR, but if you're flying IFR and at high altitudes over New Zealand, it's not going to make a massive difference. There's also no impact on FPS, which is always very nice. It includes 10 meter resolution, but in future updates they will reduce that down to 1 meter. They say it's a major update from the original mesh. I don't really know. I mean, for mountains it certainly makes a massive difference. It really does, but if you're not flying in mountainous areas, then it doesn't. It is really light on storage as well, taking up only 523 megabytes of storage, which is very nice for mesh anyway, and as they say, and as I agree with, there's no notable FPS hit. It does make a nice difference. It certainly adds some resolution to this textures and makes the mountains not look so smooth and more mountainous, and it comes in at a price of £8.80 or $12 or just above €10. So I mean, if New Zealand's your thing, if you fly there often, it's certainly worth it. But for me, it's nothing major. I don't fly in New Zealand too often, but VFR over New Zealand is always incredible. Moving over, Black Box Simulation have released their Britain Normander 2 Islander for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now I hope to be testing this out in the future, and as I said, there will be a review on this and of course the orbx scenery. Maybe it'll be a double review. Now this comes in at a price of €25, And on further inspection, I'm not too sure how I feel about this. It looks a bit Flight Simulator X-y in the cockpit anyway, but as I said, I haven't tried it out yet. It was just released today, and I haven't had time to make a review on it. It's going to be perfect for any island hopping in the Caribbean. It includes a full avionics suite that includes the default GPS, which is a bit sad, but as I said, €25, you can't expect fully custom systems. And I mean, the external model looks really nice. Now, black box simulation, from what I know, don't have a fantastic reputation, so it will be interesting to see how this aircraft is. It's also one of my favourite aircraft that fly in the UK still, so I mean, that's there as well. You get the BN221, the BN2B20, and also the military variant. And a collection of liveries as always. It looks beautiful, but I'm slightly worried about that cockpit. I guess I can't really talk about it until I've tried it. In addition, Just Flight have confirmed they're bringing the Piper PA-28 161 Warrior 2 to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, we've already seen the Piper PA-28 Arrow 3, as well as the Piper PA-28R Turbo Arrow 3/4. This, of course, is a slightly older aircraft. It's nice to see them bringing the family of Piper aircraft over. And for all you VFR pilots out there, I'm sure it's something you're very looking forward to. The thing is, for me, I'm not being funny, if you're not a Piper pilot, then there's very few differences between these aircraft, in my opinion. So I'm sure for many it's not really worth the extra money, but if this is your thing, then it's always there. And finally, SoFly have released something very interesting that I will be trying out in a review in the future. That's a lot of reviews lined up from this video. In fact, I've got some footage on the screen now from me using it. You can work out what it is. It's called Landing Challenge Pro, and it does exactly what it says in the name. Adds plenty of landing challenges to the sim. And for $5.49, I have to say, I do think it's worth it. Comes with 30 unique landing challenges. I think they'll add some more in the future. SoFly are really hot on awesome add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have to say, I was very impressed with the value of Weather Preset Pro, which was amazing. You got so many, I think like 50 presets for a really affordable amount of money, and this is kind of the same thing. You get nearly 30 unique landing challenges across the world to put your skills to the test. It will be available on all major flight simulation retailers in the future, so keep an eye out. Also keep an eye out for my reviews, but that's a given. So there we have it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this rather short news video. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. I try and keep them up as much as possible to keep you up to date with the latest Microsoft Flight Simulator news. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you didn't, tell me down below. I'm always trying to improve my videos, and as my channel grows, it's time to start looking at some new video types. So if you've got any interesting or video ideas you'd like me to try out, make sure you put them in the comments. Thank you to my business class and first class channel members. If you want to become a channel member, click that blue join button down below. My first class channel members get a shout out on the screen now. But from me today, that is all. Bye bye.